Well, here's an update on my fall garden. We had low temperatures last night, around 25 degrees. At least that was a forecasted low. And some of my tomatoes, they got frostbite. And I don't know. Right now, we're looking at November 17th, 2022. And I'm surprised that there's much of a garden left, being this close to Thanksgiving and all. But I do have some, and I'm getting ready to pick some lettuce over here. So let's take a look. This plant right here is my Malabar spinach. And we planted this as an experiment this year, just to see how well it would do. And I expected more growth out of it, but we didn't get much. And moving over here is my lettuce that I planted back in, and I think it was August, late August anyhow, late August. And I got it covered to keep the moss out of it. I planted this at about the same time as my bunching onions. Okay. And they're doing pretty good considering how cold it is. And over here is the more lettuce, but the lettuce that seemed to have done the best, this is a variety mix, a spring mix, seems to be the mustard greens. The mustard greens did the best. And over here is the chives. The chives have not done too well, although they are still alive. This is a experimental garden, and here's some more spring mix that we have. Now I'm going to move on over, and we're going to take a look and see if there's anything that might need to be picked over here. And I noticed that I used to have morning glories growing back here, but it looks like most of them have gone to seed. As you can see here on this one, they've flowered and they've gone to seed. And I'm looking for the, I think they call it oriental beans. And the only thing I'm coming up with is some pretty poor development in the beans. Not much, as you can see here. And then over here is another set of beans. Here's a bean, and it's contorted in different shapes. The cold weather has been hard on these plants. That would be my guess. Now over here is another tomato that I intend to pick. They're not getting really ripe out here because I think it's too cold. Now over here is some other plants that I have growing. These are my zinnias that I planted in August, and they're not doing very well either. I think the main problem out here is they're not getting enough sunshine. This is kale, and it's supposed to do good in cold weather, but it's not growing leaps and bounds. This is some Swiss chard that I've had growing all summer long, and it's on the stunted side, but it's still surviving. And to my amazement, well, I should say this one's not doing too good, but over here, this is my actually zucchini squash. I don't think it'll survive to bear any fruit, but as it stands right now, it's stood the frost or freeze, actually 25 degrees. So now I have one other plant here that I wanted to show you, and it's over here. This is another Malabar plant that I have, and it's kind of on the wilted side. See, it's kind of had it. And something interesting is that the rock squirrels, ground squirrels, don't like it. I think maybe because it's a little bit too slimy for them when they bite into it. But it's just hanging in by a hair right now. But I'm going to go over and pick some tomatoes, and you can watch me pick them if you like, and let's see what happens. The current temperature right now, what I have, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's reading about 60 degrees out here right now, and it's been getting down into the lower 30s, and I kind of expect that it's going to get colder as the sun gets lower in the sky. But here's a tomato that I'm going to pick. I don't like to pick them this yellow, but I'm afraid that this would be the right time to do it. And I've got me another one over here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll pick it too. This is a crazy tomato plant because in spite of the frost and everything, it still has blooms. Can you see the blooms? It's still got blooms on it. It's amazing. And you can see the blooms on it. And this one looks like it's ready to pick. I'm going to put these in the basket right here. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't getting so cold, because I think it's, see, look at this, see, you can see the damage. It's the leaves they've been, some of them have just been frozen, but let's see if there's any more. I think there might be. Yes, here's one. I'm going to pick this one. Look at these little bitty tomatoes. Little bitty. And I'm afraid they won't get to develop. But, you know, if I pick them, I wonder if they'll turn red if I take them inside. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm going to put them in the basket here. Let's see, if I recall, there was one more down here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to get this one because I don't want them to freeze. That would be a waste. See, look at the blooms. Look at the blooms. Can you see them? Amazing. See, these aren't really that ripe. You know, I'd like to see them a lot redder than that before I pick them, but I just don't want the frost to get them. So. But now I think I'm going to see if I can pick some of these beans. They're not blooming anymore, but there's a survivor right over here. I'm going to get this one. Look at that. Isn't that funny looking bean? I think the cold weather's done it to it. But I'm going to pick that bean. And I think there's one more right over here someplace, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, up here. I'm going to get this bean. Right here. If I can, there it goes. There. Oh, it's hanging up. There's a couple little beans there. And over here's some more tomato bulbs. Look at that. Can you believe it? Look at this plant right here. Look how shot it is. It's like dried up or something. And you know, it's the frost that's got them. It's the freeze. It got really cold last night. So I'm gonna come over here and start picking this lettuce. Like I said, this is the mustard greens. You know, I think I'm going to get a pair of scissors for this. I'll be right back. Some lettuce. I'll put it in my salad tonight. We're kind of out of the leaf lettuce. We got the iceberg lettuce, but we don't have the leaf lettuce. And I hate to see it get spoiled just because it got too cold. Well, let's see. But if this garden could get more sun, I think it could do a lot better. But we live in an arroyo area where it's down and it doesn't get much sun. So I guess this will have to do for now. Well, here's the other bunch of lettuce that I planted in this pot, and we'll trim it out. Get to it before the frost does. There we go. This is mostly mustard greens right here. It seems to have done the best of all the lettuces that I planted. The mustard greens have done the best. And they aren't bad, especially on a hamburger, because it has a little bit of mustard flavor to it. Actually, it's a little bit peppery. Excuse me. It's cold and it's dry out here. It'll make you cough. I'm just trying to get to it before the frost does. I like these. These are fun to eat. They're soft and very tasty. I'm not sure what kind of lettuce it is, but it's nice. I like this. These are good. And here's one. It's a little spring mix. It's a little bit of a beet leaf. Yes, beets, red. But yeah, I like these. Looks like the frost has gotten to some of these already. And let's see, I think that's about it for that pot. That leaf right there is all chewed up. Let's see. Yeah, it's doing okay. This looks like it could be plucked back here. Not bad for a spot that really doesn't see any sunlight throughout the day, huh? It's really not much, if any, an hour or so of direct sunlight back here. And then I got that little ground squirrel that keeps wanting to get in here and chew on these things, eat them up. Now here's one over here. We're going to move to another location. Let's go over here. Okay, if you can see this or not, but this plant seems to be doing pretty darn good. This is real lettuce here. This isn't mustard greens. There's a mustard green. There's the lettuce right there. More lettuce. Green leaf lettuce, I think. Look how well those mustard greens do. Pretty good, huh? Even in the cold, and hang in there. It's nice to be able to pick vegetables, and this late in the year, it's like unbelievable. I expected these to be gone for sure. I thought they'd all freeze last night, but they didn't, and that's pretty good. that. That's nice, huh? That's a nice one. Yep, it's getting close to Thanksgiving, and we live at about 3,900 foot altitude here, so we do get some cold in the winter. Occasionally we'll get some snow, but for the most part it's just too dry to rain or snow because it is a desert. So, but I've been watering these plants every evening, and I think it's kept the roots from freezing on them. So I'm going to water them again this evening. And keep them going. That ain't too bad. That plant's picked pretty good. Now, here's what I picked. See, I got all this. Not bad for this time of year. Nice and colorful. Make a salad out of it or add it to my existing salad. Not bad. I think I'm going to go over now and see how the Swiss chard's doing. Well, I'm still learning my camera and my gimbal. Now my wife tells me that we were out of the lettuce, and we're out of the Swiss chard. So we'll pick these. Now these are good in salads too. Not a thing wrong with putting Swiss chard in salad, especially when they're young and tender like this. See, that's pretty nice for this time of year. You know, not bad at all. And the insects and the birds, they don't particularly like it. I mean, the birds will eat it, yeah, but the insects, they don't really like it. So this Swiss chard amazes me because it's been growing all year since April, and I just keep trimming it and it just keeps growing. And I would say between the tomatoes, let's say out here right now, if I had to plant over again, it'd be tomatoes, Swiss chard, and zucchini squash, because they seem to do well. The zucchini was very productive this summer. Got a lot of zucchini out of it, and the Swiss chard has just been productive all year long. And the tomatoes, they kind of came into their own, but more towards the fall. They were kind of stunted during the summer. So this isn't really a great tomato area, and those are early girl tomatoes. I plan to plant cherry tomatoes next spring, but the early girl is what I could get from the nursery. So, but I think this plant is a little bit cold hardy, but I just wonder how well it's going to do without, you know, enough sunshine, because it's pretty dark, pretty not shady, I should say, shady, because we're at Arroyo. I got a pine tree back there that throws shade on this area. And you know, it's kind of fun picking these things. I had a little trouble chewing these because My teeth aren't that good, my age and all. She'd cook this Swiss chard for me, and I love it. It's like spinach, you know. But this looks like it's tender enough to actually go into a salad, because these are little bitty things I'm picking right now. So but anyhow, that's a visit to my fall garden. Again, I said it was November 17th, 2022, and it's not too far from Thanksgiving, and believe it or not, I'm still harvesting vegetables here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and have a great day, okay?